Today, I know a lot of you guys, right? You guys heard about this new game called Inzoi. You guys are probably Sims players who played Sims on a laptop because let's be for real, like Sims can run on like any laptop you can throw at it. Like I don't know a laptop or PC that couldn't run the Sims, right? Even Sims 3, and that's crazy, right? But Inzoi is a little bit different because Inzoi is like photorealistic game. It looks like real life. The graphics are absolutely insane. And a lot of people are scared that their computer won't be able to run Inzoi, right? Or they're gonna try to start Inzoi and it's just not gonna work. They're gonna have a really choppy, ugly experience. So, guys, I'm gonna teach you guys how to know if your PC is compatible with Inzoi, which computers to get, whatever. I'm gonna teach you all that today. And this is not for nerds or whatever. This is not for the PC Master Race because the PC Master Race, those nerds, those they will know what to do off the bat. But you guys who probably just get any computer down the street and like start it up, you guys probably don't know shite about PC. So I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know about PC. And I'm gonna teach you everything to know to how to run this game optimally, perfectly, and with good frame rate. Okay, I'm gonna teach you all the cheat codes, all the words that some of you guys, and I know girls are watching this video. You guys are not slick. I know your boyfriends be making fun of you. You're gonna be after this video, you're gonna be like, yo, that guy Chief taught me everything I need to know. To understand what the hell this all means, right? Probably look at like this, like a whole no language, right? What is this? Chinese? Like what is this? Don't worry. So first of all you need to know is that this right here is just an estimate of specs. So basically, minimum just means that it could play, but it's gonna be maybe like low quality. The graphics are not gonna look that good. It might play, but it's not gonna be smooth, right? Like it will play like it's hard to explain. Basically, the graphics are just gonna look okay. It's gonna look like compare it like PS3, PS4, maybe like it's gonna be okay. Like it can run, and if that's all that cares about, then you'll be fine. Medium means it's gonna run, but you might have to sacrifice one thing or the other. And keep in mind, this is all based on settings, right? Now, you could have a minimum build and try to play at high, but it might be trash. Or you might play minimum and it might run super smooth and play medium and it might still be smooth. This is all experimental, right? This is basically your personal experience. When it comes to PCs, it's really up to you. Like, what do you want, right? And for me personally, and what I recommend for a lot of you guys, I just want to run the game. Like, I want the game to look good, but I want the game to run good as well. I don't care if it's max, right? Medium and recommended is pretty much where I'm at. Like, that's what I want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing crazy, you know? Like, high settings, like, dude, all of you guys play on, like, 1080p monitors. What, anyone care about 4K? Come on, man. So, if you're playing at 1080p, like, you should be fine. So, basically, what we're aiming at is right here. We want to be these people right here. We don't want to be these people because these people are not going to have a lot of leg room when it comes to customizability, and they're going to suffer at the long term when the game adds a lot of updates over time. You know what I'm saying? You guys know, because you Sims players be adding mods until like the PC blows up. So we want to make sure that we're here, so even when the game does add these updates, the game will still be able to run smoothly. Okay, so first of all, when it comes to all of these specs, I'm gonna list them one by one, and after we're gonna compare it to my build, and I'm also gonna show you guys how to find out if your computer could run the game or not. So first of all, with OS, this is not going to matter. So we're going to do PC spec. With OS, this is not going to matter because obviously you guys are running this on Windows 10. You're probably watching this on Windows 10. You're probably watching this on Windows 11. You guys probably got the newest Windows. Like, come on. And it's not hard to get the newest Windows. Like, you can literally get that thing for free. Stop playing with me, bro. You guys got Windows 10 and 11. If you guys got Windows XP, you're cooked. Like, I don't even know how you're playing Sims 4 at that point, right? But with OS, you guys are pretty much good on that. And if you don't, it's easy to get. Don't worry, you can even get it for free. With processor, this is a little bit tricky, right? But don't worry, I'm explaining it to you. Now, when I was younger, I used to just look at i5 and think, oh my god, i5 means it's so bad, it's gonna be horrible, but i7 is gonna be so fast and so powerful. This is a lie, right? Now, this is not totally a lie because obviously an i7 is better than an i5, right? But when it comes to processors, first of all, you're probably saying, what the fuck's a processor? A processor is basically the brains of the computer, right? What, like, you know what I'm saying? How good the computer can run something, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like math, for example. Like, you guys know math, right? A computer, basically a processor, is basically something that can do math really, really well, and the better it can do math, the better it could run the game, right? And you know, this is going to be a minor importance compared to the graphics card, especially with this game. It's probably going to be GPU bound, whatever. But with this game, you basically want to have a decent processor to process all the things going on, especially with the AI stuff. Okay, but you're probably saying, I don't know what this nigga's saying. Okay, look. Basically, from what we can see here, and yes, you're probably saying, what about AMD? We're focusing on Intel first. Right, we're gonna focus on Intel stuff, and we're gonna focus on NVIDIA stuff. If you guys in the comments know about AMD, right? If you guys know a lot about AMD, you can also help in the comments. I only know Intel and NVIDIA. I'm a NVIDIA and Intel boy, right? I will maybe come back to explain AMD stuff when I do a little bit of research, but today we're just doing Intel, right? For beginners. This is for beginners. This is for a nobody, for a dum-dum, okay? So when it comes to Intel, when you're buying a CPU or when you're buying a computer, right? You don't want to really worry about, oh, it's an i5 or it's an i7. What you really want to worry about is what generation is it. So as you can see here, this is running a 10th gen i5, right? I used to not know what these mean, so this is what you need to know. Whatever these numbers after don't matter. What matters is pretty much these two numbers here. So as we can see, this is a 10th gen, this is a 11th gen, this is a 12th gen, and this is a 14th gen. And if you know what I'm saying, and now a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh well, does this mean that I need an i5 10th gen? No, what it just means is that between these specs, you want something in between. So you could have a i7 10th gen, right? You could have a i5 12th gen, right? Like you can be free. Like you don't need a specific spec. You just need to be between these specs. So hopefully, if you got something in between of these, you should be fine. Okay. So, yeah. Next thing is RAM. Now, a lot of you guys, I know you guys are rocking 8 gigabytes of RAM because I was also rocking 8 gigabytes of RAM. Don't worry, I'm also teach you how to upgrade your RAM. But as you can see here, 12 gigabytes of RAM. Ain't no one got 12 gigabytes of RAM. You mostly have 8, 16, 32, or 64. Now, let's be for real. If you got, like, don't be those people who are like, oh, well, just because I have 16, I'm gonna, like, upgrade 64. It's gonna make the game a lot better. No! 16 gigabyte for most games is suitable. Anything over that is just overkill. You're just wasting money. Now, sure, if you guys are doing a lot of things like editing or whatever, sure, you want to get RAM or whatever, but you're pretty much good with 16. This is what you need. 16 is what you need. You don't need 12. You don't need 8. You need 16 gigabytes to run this game. And this is coming from a hard tech guy. Another thing too, by the way, you guys are probably thinking memory. This must mean like how much space is it, right? No, memory is how much your computer can remember a thing, right? How much things you can do at a certain task, right? So the best example to give this is, you know, when you're in your house, life is still going on. The computer thinks that way too. Like, it's not just because you're in your house, life outside your house stops, right? Obviously, the computer is still, you know, running those things, right? And basically, pretty much what RAM does is show how many people are in the houses while you're not there. Like, basically, it's just processing what's there. And the best example to show what happens when you have bad memory is popping. Like, you know, when you're playing a game and just things come out of nowhere or just things pop in, that's because it has bad memory usage, right? So pretty much you want something where you want the game to feel seamless. You don't want things popping in. You don't want things loading in bad or glitchy. So you want something that could store a lot of stuff, even when you're not like outside in the open world, like you mean in your house, right? So you want to have something that's 16 gigabytes of RAM, okay? And they don't go from 100 or terabyte. Anything that's a terabyte is going to be in the storage area. And storage is, you guys know, like, you guys are smart. I hope you're catching on, okay? And if you need help in the comments, just let me know. Graphics card. Now, this is going to be your most important part, right? This is going to be more important than the processor and the memory, because here's the thing, and this is the laptop users. This is mostly for laptop users, right? Because you could have an i7, 14th gen for all I care. You can have 32 gigabytes of RAM, but if you don't got no NVIDIA graphics card in there, call it quits on playing this game. This is going to be your bread and butter to see if your computer could truly run the game, right? Because you might have 8 gigabytes of RAM. You might have an i5 10th gen. But as long as you have a pretty decent graphics card, you could probably start the game up and play decently. So this is going to be the most important thing. The desktop users, I'm sorry, like, if you guys know how to build PC, like, go watch a video. But, like, this is mostly for the laptop users, okay? So when it comes to Inzoi, right? As you can see, we got the specs here, right? This don't matter really, and I'm not going to teach you anything down here because I don't know nothing about AMD cards, I'll be honest. But when it comes to this things up here, anything that says NVIDIA, right? I know you guys are looking at your computer like, oh my god, can my computer run it? If they don't have the word RTX, if it don't have the word, like, if it starts with GTX or whatever, call it quits. You're not going to be able to run this game, bro. If you don't see the letter R when you see your graphics card, you're done. You're not going to be able to run this. Like, this is just a fact, right? If you have a GTX 16, whatever, 18, you're not going to be able to run a game. Like, I mean, you could try, but you're going to have a horrible time. You're just wasting your time. So you want to get something with an RTX card. Now, preferably, you want to get something that's above 2,000. So you probably want to get 3,000, 4,000, right? And then there's going to be another thing too. A lot of you laptop users are slick. Laptop GPU is not the same as desktop GPU. And if you guys don't know what GPU is, it's graphics card. Okay. So when it comes to graphics, right? This is it's really hard to explain graphics, but basically this will determine how smooth your game is also going to run, like how good the game will look and run, right? So if you want good graphics and you want the game to run good, you definitely want something above a 2000 series, right? This will probably allow you to run the game decently, but it's not going to look smooth, right? You want smooth, right? You want to feel seamless, right? So as you can see here, they're rocking a 2060. And the cool thing about this is that you can also look on YouTube. We're actually going to react to that. We're going to see what different settings look like. I'm going to analyze all that. But pretty much, you want something above that. I'm also going to show you some decent laptop GPUs that can run this game. All right. DirectX, you're not going to worry about that. As long as you update everything, you should be fine. Internet connection, I'm crashing out. I wanted to play this on the plane. We're going to see if we can or not. Maybe this is for download. I don't know. But it looks like to actually play the game, we're going to need internet, whatever. I guess we're playing Sims on the plane. I don't know. And then storage. Don't listen to this. Whatever they're telling you is complete BS. By the way, depending on how old your laptop is, the speed of it too can matter as well. You might need to get a laptop that has an SSD in it. Now, you don't have to worry about newer laptops. Every new laptop has an SSD, so you don't have to worry about speed. If you do have a laptop and you did everything in this video and it runs good and it loads pretty good, then you really don't have to worry about the speed. But if you are worried about the speed, let me know in the comments. I can help you as well. But new laptops wouldn't have to worry about speed. And you can always check that through your task manager as well of how fast your storage is. Okay, let's get back with the video. Yeah, you want to have a storage of 500 gigabytes or 1 terabyte, right? I'm gonna put them on the screen, so don't worry. Okay, so now you're looking at this, you're probably shaking your boots. can your computer run Inzoi? So first thing is you want to open up Task Manager. And Task Manager, what it is basically a program that tells you everything that's going on with your computer. And as you can see here, oh, by the way, if your computer is ever glitching and like it doesn't want to close something, just close it on here. And if it still doesn't close, you're fucked. It's a virus. You're done. Anyways, we're gonna go to performance here, and we're gonna see everything that our computer is rocking with, right? So as you can see here, we have we're gonna start all the way from the top, right? So first we have a CPU, which is processor, right? When I say CPU, processor. When I say RAM, memory. When I say GPU, I mean graphics. You get what I'm saying? You guys are smart. You guys are smart. Don't worry. You guys are genius. Don't worry. When it comes to a processor, we have an i5 10th gen, because you see 10-0 right here. So we know that we're good when it comes to minimum, right? When it comes to RAM, now before I had 8 GB RAM, right? Very, very tough. But we got 16 now. I'm also tell you how to upgrade your RAM too. Right? We got 16 GB RAM. So we Gucci. With storage, they're saying 40. They're lying. We got ourselves at 1 TB here. I don't know where it shows. It will probably show like right here, capacity. Now, you guys are gonna get scared because it's gonna say 1 TB, but it's gonna say 900 something. That's because Windows loves to eat. It's a big bag. It eats some of your storage. But as long as it has the word 900 or 400, 300, you should be fine. It's whatever. And then when it comes to GPU, we have a RTX 3050 desktop. Now, you guys are probably confused. Desktop, laptop. Don't worry, I'm gonna teach you everything in this video. Okay, but as you guys can know, we got a PC that can run wide between minimum and medium. Now, what's gonna be cool in this video is I'm also gonna show you guys how to figure out if your game is running smoothly, if it's good, if it's Gucci. Don't worry. I'm gonna teach you in this video, and I actually got the game to show you as well. Okay. So, guys, as you guys can see my PC here. When you press Windows and G, right, it's gonna. Oh, sorry, I gotta click on when you open up Windows and G, it's going to show you a bunch of stuff. You want to click on the TV icon, and then you want to pin it to the side. So basically, as you can see here, I could show you basically how good it's running. So guys, 40 FPS, 30 FPS. The FPS, this is what matters. The thing on the bottom right here is what matters. FPS, right? The FPS, this is what matters. The thing on the bottom right here is what matters. FPS, right? So guys, I could tell you what's going on in real time. So right now, this menu is running at 40 FPS. And you guys can see how 40 FPS looks, right? So let's go to options. Now, this is where all the magic begins. Now, I'm going to explain every setting to you guys. Don't worry. So, first of all, as you guys can see here, full screen, don't worry about this. This is going to get confusing. Okay, so for you guys beginners, what you want to do is we're going to reset the default. We're going to reset the default. Everything on default, apply. So, as you can see here, this is what the game runs at default. And it's running at 60 FPS right now. And as you can see, it looks a little bit smoother than it did before, but it doesn't look as good. I mean, it's a lot blurrier. I can't see the text, right? And if we go to Character Studio, like this is basically low settings, I'm assuming, right? Like this, I mean, the game runs, right? It looks pretty good, but like it doesn't look that good, right? So we want to go back, and we basically, first of all, I want to lower the music. The fuck? This is we're making a video. So first of all, there's some settings we want to fix. So let's go all the way. So first, let's start with ray tracing, right? Ray tracing is on. Ray tracing is just like lighting, good lighting, basically. And this don't matter. Like don't worry about this. What we worry about is right here. So now, what I recommend you guys when you get your PC, just auto select, and the game's going to tell you basically what settings are good for you. But the thing is that when I play the game, it doesn't look as good on automatic. And this is on high. This is probably because of DLSS. Now, DLSS is going to be your best friend, especially for broke people like us. DLSS basically is AI stuff that basically makes your game look better. So you have a few settings here. You got ultra performance or whatever. Now, I don't know which one does which, but we're just going to do ultra performance. Apply. And as you can see, the game looks a lot better. That's because it like fixes the resolution of the game, right? So as you can see here, it looks a lot better. And if we go to character studio, it looks a lot better, but the hair still looks kind of fuzzy, right? And don't worry, we're gonna be able to fix that. Don't worry. But as you can see here, it's running pretty decently. It's running at 60 FPS. It's pretty smooth. 60 FPS is all you're gonna need to run this game. You don't need no hundreds or whatever. Right, so we're gonna go back here. We're gonna go to options, and we're gonna we'll try quality. Right, we're gonna try quality, and as you can see, it looks way sharper now, and it's still running, but now it's running at 40 FPS, so it's a little bit less than it was before, but it looks a lot better. The hair looks a lot better, as you can see here, and even in the creator, it's hopping between frames, it's hopping between like 50 and 40, whatever. But right now, it's running pretty smooth. Like, the game could run pretty good right now. Now, obviously, this is not going to be a good test because, obviously, when it comes to, like, this is just like one person in a blank room. Like, obviously, when you play the game, it's going to be a lot different, right? But this is just a test to see if we can even run the game. And like I said, I'm having good hopes. We also have balance, which balance looks like it's going to be like, balance is pretty good. I think balance is the best setting you probably want to use for a build like mine, like 3050 whatever, because it just looks a lot better, and it looks like the hair looks pretty good here, and it's running at high frames, so this is pretty good. Okay, so you probably didn't understand a single thing I said, so this is all you need to know. All you need to know is that you want to auto select whatever setting you have, and you can change whatever. You probably don't know what these mean, so just auto select, right? And if you see that the game is running like smooth, the hair looks good, right? Then you're good. You're good. You're Gucci, right? But if the hair looks a little bit different, if the hair looks fuzzy, doesn't look good, pixelated, you want to try these settings, and whatever setting that makes the hair good and makes the game run good, there you go. You're sweet and butter. So for me, balance on my build makes the game run at 60 FPS with good hair and decent graphics, right? Now, obviously, maybe when I'm in the real game, it might run a little bit worse. Then I might put it on medium settings, right? And as you can see here, if I put it on the game on medium, right, the game still looks pretty good, but some things are not as clear as others. Look at the character, right? The character still looks good. You probably won't see a difference until maybe you zoom in really close and you see that maybe the textures are not as good, right? Or maybe you want good textures but everything low. You can also customize that in the settings. All you gotta do is go to options, you're gonna click on custom, and you can change whatever you want. Maybe you want this high, I don't know. This is PC, you can do whatever you want. But to make it simple, auto select, balance mode with the DLSS super resolution, and we're Gucci. All right, we're gonna exit the game now, because now I'm going to explain to you guys how to get the best build, right? We're going to show you how to get the best build, the best computer to run Inzoi, right? I'm going to show you guys some computers I recommend you, and also how to spot fakes, scams, whatever. So we're going to look at gaming laptops, okay? And there's a lot of tricks. So obviously we're just going to look at, so obviously this could run Inzoi, no question about it. Has a 4050 i7 13th gen 16. Yeah. But do you really want to spend $1,000? No, right? Now, obviously, this computer down here, this could definitely run Inzoi, right? It might not be crazy, but it's going to run the game. It's going to run the game pretty good. It has a 4050. It has a 13th gen processor. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it has 500. You might want to get maybe a little more storage, maybe a flash drive, whatever. But this could run the game pretty good. And like I said, remember, I'm teaching you guys how to build PCs, right? When you're buying a PC building, you always want to look at the generation. Don't look at the i7, look at the generation. 13th gen i7, right? 4050 RTX, right? 16 gigabytes, right? Now you're probably saying, what is DDR5? It's just a new RAM, it's faster, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, okay? So this is a $599. Now this is a little bit tricky here, right? Because a lot of you guys are looking at the price. This looks pretty good, but can this run Inzoi? So as you can see, it's running an RTX 2050. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM. Probably wouldn't be the best to run Inzoi. Now you could maybe add 16 gigabytes of RAM, right? The RTX 2050 though, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be pretty rough. It might run it, but it's gonna run it pretty poorly. But it might run it. Now you can upgrade the RAM. Just because it says 8, you don't gotta be worried. All you gotta do is search up laptop RAM, and there's videos of how to upgrade your RAM. If you want me to teach you in a later video, I can. But all you guys need to know is that you could fix this, but this you cannot fix. You can't change the graphics card of the laptop, right? So whatever this is, that's going to be the laptop, and you can't change it, and you probably want to run away. So this is, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it, right? The processor is not bad, but I wouldn't recommend this, right? I would recommend more the 3050, even though that's going to be really tight. Because it's having 8 gigabytes of RAM, you definitely want something with 16, right? So you want the word 16, and you want RTX 30 series. You don't want something 2000s, because I'm trying to get you guys the best experience, not to run the game at low settings, right? Let's look at this here. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, look at this. $599, right? Can this run Inzoi? Right. It has an AMD 5th gen, probably could, but there's no graphics card. So first of all, guys, whenever you're buying a computer, you always want to see the word GTX, you want to see the word RX Radeon, right? If it don't have those words, stay away. This computer can't run it. It clearly can't run it. Like, bro, like, look at this. You're only going to be able to go on Microsoft Office. Now, could this be a good PC for editing, right? From doing work? Yeah, but it's not going to be able to run Inzoi, right? So you want to stay away from that. You want to stay away from laptops like this. $33, come on. You don't want to go near this. This will not run Inzoi, man. It's not going to be able to run it. You need a gaming computer. Right now, let's look at this. Now, this is pretty promising. This is only $615 right here. This could definitely run Inzoi. It has a 3050, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte, i5 12th gen, and it's only what? It's only $615. Probably getting one for $500. This could definitely run Inzoi, right? Especially with the DLSS technology. Yes, this could definitely run Inzoi. No questions about it. Let's keep looking. $599. I don't see the word GTX. I don't see the word RX. Stay away. Look at this here. RTX 3050 i5 could definitely run it. Has 8 gigabytes of RAM though. You want something a little bit better than that. So your price range is probably going to be around 500 to 700. Might want to go on. Don't go to eBay, please don't. Might want to go to OffersUp. Now, if you ever go to OffersUp, make sure you ask them to check Task Manager. The same way I teach you guys how to text Task Manager, tell them to take a picture of the GPU, the CPU, and the memory. Tell them that in 4K so you don't get scammed, okay? Because if they don't show you that, run away. This could not run Inzoi. Come on, bro. Come on. This could not run Inzoi. Come on, man. Right? But let's stop wasting your guys' time. Let's just search up what you're gonna need. So let's do this. We're gonna look for 16 gigabytes. We're gonna put the price range from 800, actually 900. No, we're gonna do 800, right? Because ain't no one trying to spend 1,000, bro. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And we're gonna put from 500. Let's be realistic. Inzoi. If you upgrade the RAM, yes, this could definitely run Inzoi. Even with the 8 gigabytes, you could risk it. It could run, right? And the thing is, guys, you have to understand that these are just recommendations, right? Like, you could have this computer that has 8 gigabytes of RAM and it can still run. But they're recommending you, if you want a good experience, to have 16. you could always upgrade it with RAM. Like I said, you could always upgrade your laptop RAM. So if you get a computer like this and you see that Inzoi is running good, don't run the other way. Like if you have a chance, don't run away from a good deal. This is a pretty good deal that you're gonna get. And the thing is, if you're and it's gonna run everything else. It's gonna run Sims better. It's gonna run everything better, right? Run away from these. Run away from these. AOC, all these, run away. Just run the other way. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't get those. Do not get those. What are you doing? Right? This one is a pretty iffy RTX 2050. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you can run Inzoi on it, if you do have one and it runs Inzoi, then you should be good, right? You can always look up YouTube videos as well. You can always look at reviews of your thing, right? But I wouldn't recommend it, right? $499, run other way. 30, like I said, they're gonna trick you. They're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, guys, we have 32 gigabytes of RAM. We got i5, bruh. What's the GPU?" They're not telling you. What is the graphics card? Because it doesn't have one. It can't run the game. It can't run it. You're getting scammed, man. If it don't have the word RXT or RTX, call it quits. It's not gonna run. It's not gonna run. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Let's look at this. Tight, very tight. 609. Now this is pretty good. This could also run Inzoi. I think it could. 609, right? That's an i5 13 gen, 16 gigabytes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. The only thing is the 3050, but I guarantee you. Now you guys are probably saying, "Well, Chiefs, you have a 3050." Now the difference between my 3050 is that it is a desktop computer, right? Meaning that it's this is what so desktop is. Like this is the desktop, right? This is a laptop video, right? So RTX 3050 laptop might be a little bit different than an RTX, you know what I'm saying? But even with that being said, this could still run Inzoi. This could still run Inzoi. Remember that. It could still run Inzoi, okay? It could still run it, right? It could still run it, right? But it might be tough, but it could still run it. So if you have that, you're in the safe spot. You're good. You're Gucci. You're good. You're good. Don't worry, right? Because like I said, we're trying to get you in the doors, right? Now, you might like it's kind of like living in LA. Like you could live in LA. You're not gonna live in a mansion. You're probably gonna live in a nice small apartment, but you're in LA. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you in the doors, right? Now, this you're gonna be living on the street. So don't get a RTX 2050. I'm telling you, you could do it. You could run it. You could. But it's going to be really tough, man. It's going to be really, really, really tough. So don't do it. Don't do it. Get a 3050. Get a 3050. Get a 4050. Get something above 2000. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Look at this. 3050. Could run it. Right? Like, yeah. So, guys, I'll be honest. I can't find anything, bro. Okay, here's right there. Look at this right here. This right here. If you guys are about to buy a PC, this right here, this right here, this right here, all right, and boom, is it the same graph? Yes, I would get something like this right here. As you can see, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 3050, right, and it is only $639. I would recommend something like this, guys. Right, I would recommend something like this. Okay. So now you guys know. Now you guys are geniuses. Now you guys know what to get, what not to get when it comes to computer. Now you guys know your budget of what you're looking at to play Inzoi. I have a few questions for you guys. First of all, do you guys think this is too much for you guys? Is this too expensive? Like, do you think $600 is worth it to play Inzoi? Y'all let me know. Now, another thing I want to let you guys add is that when you do buy a good laptop, guys, your laptop will last you generations. Like this thing will last you years to come. And the thing is, like, I used to play Sims on a laptop and it also lasted me generations, but this is gonna last you way longer too, because a lot of you guys are not playing games like crazy. You guys are just playing Minecraft. You're playing these little games. These things are gonna last you a very, very long time. You're not gonna have to worry about upgrading, especially if you get yourself a 4050. You're not gonna be, bro, And the thing is, you can do so much stuff. You can edit good. You can even stream if you wanted to on these. These things are insanely powerful for what you're paying for. Like, you could literally start your YouTube career. You can start streaming. You can do VR. Oh my God, VR. If you guys always wanted to do VR, you can do these on these. So if you really want to invest, I'm telling you, the investment will be well worth it. Well worth it. And I'm not even sponsored. Y'all need to sponsor me for real. So, guys, what do you guys think? Right? And oh my God, last thing, RAM, right? So what we're gonna do, so let's say you're one of these guys that got an 8 GB. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to a laptop. We're gonna type in RAM. Now, before you even start doing this, this is at your own discretion. This is at your own discretion. If you're willing to do the risk, then I'll recommend you. But if you're not, be very, very, very careful. Before you even do this, the first thing you want to do is you want to look at the laptop you're doing this. So we're going to do the Acer, right? Because I have an Acer laptop and, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's coming real soon. But as you can see, like, let's say you're this guy who got an Acer, right? He only has 8 GB. As you can see here, it's 8 GB DDR5. So first thing is you want to do this. You want to search up your laptop name, and then you want to do how to switch RAM, right? And there's going to be videos to show you guys how to do it, right? There's going to be tutorials all over YouTube, guys, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. And by the way, the number really matters. Don't forget the number. This is a V. If you have the computer, you should know. It'll tell you on the box. It will tell you in the manual. You'll figure it out. You're smart. You'll figure it out. There will be videos to show you how to do it. But as you can see here, for when you're buying it, it says DDR5. So what you want to do is you want to search up DDR5 RAM. And guys, when you guys are doing this is at your own discretion. When you're doing this at your discretion, and by the way, make sure it deadass says laptop. It has to say laptop. And you know the difference because it looks like this. Guys, when you're doing this, there are no backwards compatibility. So if it says DDR4, don't be like, oh, well, I'll just put a DDR5 in it. Don't do it. It has to say DDR5 RAM. If it says DDR4, you have to get DDR4 RAM. Okay. So the one that I have is DDR5. So what we're going to do is we're going to get one of these. Now, we need just 16 gigabytes, right? So we don't even need that much. All we need is 8 gigabytes. That's it. All we need is 8 gigabytes. We just need a stick. That's it. We just need a stick of RAM. That's it. Right? All we need is what? This right here. That's all we need. We just need this stick of RAM right here. Right here. $20. That's it. I fixed your problem for $20. Right? So, guys, that's all you guys need to do if you're going to play Inzoi. Right? This is very simple. If you guys buying a laptop the last 3 years, you guys don't have to worry, bro. Like, a lot of these people are like shaking in their boots, like, oh, I can't play Inzoi. Bro, I bet you watch this video, you're probably happy as hell. You probably got a NVIDIA RTX 5070 laptop. You got a probably a 4080, 4090. You're probably cheering in the air. Or you're probably a bum like me that was a kid, but I probably had like a GTX, like, you're done. Right? But as you see, now you guys know what laptop to get to run the game. Now you guys have goals. You can work a lot more to get the thing you want and play the game. Now remember, guys, this is not running out of nowhere. This is early access, by the way. I want you guys to understand, this is early access. The game is not finished yet. The game could run a lot better when the actual game comes out, but this is just to get in the door to playing the game. Okay, now this video will probably not come out today or tomorrow. It's probably gonna come out Monday. But guys, hopefully this makes you a lot better. Hopefully it makes you a lot smarter to show you guys how to get Inzoi. I've been talking way too much, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye bye.